So it seems that Melbourne is the COVID capital of Australia, Jordo. Well, the way the media present it, it might as well be zombie apocalypse of the world. But we're in full lockdown you better not mention the postcode, because people who aren't up to speed with the news, Victoria where we live, there's postcodes now all of a sudden last, 3-4 days ago, full lockdown again because we've had about 5 cases. There's been a few security guards banging some return travellers. This is how good our government's working. Security guards taking people who are in ISO out to lunch at the local shopping centres. Just. Anyway, this will drag on for the rest of the year. I don't think there's going to be any drag racing in Melbourne. There won't be any drag racing this year. We have not had drag racing here at our main track since mid-December. I reckon it's going to get to December again at this rate. 100%. So that means we're resorting to have to make some quality content like this, huh? The only thing I've seen in the news in the last, I don't know, it's now old news now, is number plates, yeah? People just getting irate about people's number plates getting taken off them. And to be honest, so they should. It's an absolute disgrace. I was offended because I saw a number plate when I was driving around. I was offended. I don't think anyone is actually offended. I don't reckon anyone even complained about those plates, did they? That article about that weapon to run. No, there'd be some loser complained about it. If you read the story, I think you're forgetting something. There can be one complaint in this world, and the whole sky's falling. Everyone just come to a halt. We need to address this situation because one Karen complained about this. Yeah, but that one, I think his wife was buying a second set for the tow car or something, and that one was rejected. And then they've just gone, well, hang on, you've got a similar plate on that car. Down the memory hole. Go on. Peter, the owner of the weapon number plates, so to take back a step, this bloke's had these weapon number plates on his car for a decade, never an issue. Now apparently they're being cancelled because even Pete reckons it's a case of political correctness gone mad. And it's hard to disagree with that. I love people that it's like, oh, who cares? Whatever, move on. It's like, well, all right. Well, it doesn't affect you personally. Do you think nothing, like, it's similar to saying if you've got nothing to hide, you know, if you're not doing anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide. Like that mentality, it just does my head in. If you don't like something, how can I cancel it or ban it? It's cancel culture, isn't it? At its finest. What do? How are those plates affecting anyone? But when they're drinking their soy lattes, are they just on the phone just writing complaints or what? I don't know. Can I speak to the manager? That's all it is, isn't it? Bad. There's been a massive cost blowout of the state government's rollout of the controversial wire rope barriers. To some extent we were conned. This was a sloppy, ill-conceived, expensive, disgraceful campaign to install these things. Hang on, are you saying 100 million over budget? 100 million.
Well, imagine my shop.
Has there ever been a government project that's come under budget? Under budget? They'll just find a way. How can we blow this budget? I mean, God, they just spent $10 million designing a logo that is a disgrace. Oh, the COVID logo. That AU logo. What were they saying? We better hope this doesn't go viral. $10 million on the logo. They could have just gone to some $500 probably design your own logo website and probably got something better than that. But these are the wire barriers on the... Yeah, these are the ones, obviously, motorcycles. These are the wire fences on the... they're designed so basically if someone falls asleep, whatever the case may be, and they're going to cross the highway, they'll hit these barriers and the barriers absorb the impact and don't send the car through it. But they're dangerous in the point of if a motorcyclist or something hit them, forget it. It's like a guillotine. Yeah, bad. I can kind of see both sides of that argument. Is that a guillotine? Guillotine. But in all honesty, everything budget blowouts, I've had a little bit of experience. I mean, you have as well, dealing with government sort of contracts. And I remember once I was told, if it goes over budget, don't worry about it. Because they just get guaranteed income. No, they're not running like a business. Why would you care when you're not using your own money? No. Can you imagine a private entity just saying, yeah, don't worry about that. If it goes over budget 50%, she'll be right. Now, I saw you did with ProMaz and Billet Pro this video of a rebuild of a full-blown Race 20B engine. That's not a rebuild. That's a brand new... Sorry, I shouldn't say rebuild exactly. It's a completely new build, I should say, of a brand new 20B engine. Now, I think it's designed somewhere up to handle, 1,500 horsepower? Oh, and the rest. A lot of positive comments on this video, but there's always some naysayers. Each of these rotor blocks, now is a rotor block meant a plate? Is that what he's... I don't actually know. I'm assuming that's what he means. A 10K plus finish, that's around 50K with the rest of the parts. Turbo systems and oil, fuel and the rest. That's not exactly cost efficient, but it's a beautiful... So he's appreciative and he's respecting the build, but he's basically saying, would be nice to see these engines becoming affordable at some point. So at what point should a 1500 horsepower engine become affordable? Because that's what you need. I should point out that it's half billet, it's not full billet. Don't ever call a rotary engine billet, ever. Because it's half billet. You've got to get that bit right. Oh, because it's still using factory housings. Oh my God. There's always people too, they're always saying, why aren't the rotors made billet? What are they the rotors aren't the weak point. But I don't understand, everyone always has to bring everything back to cost. It's not cost effective, it's not budget. Hang on, they're talking about costs of fuel. That engine is not a budget engine. It's not made for people with $2 to rub together. It's a high-end race engine. They'll bring up the cost of the turbochargers, fuel systems and all these other things. That's irrelevant. You would have that no matter what engine you're doing. It still needs a fuel system to handle that kind of horsepower. Yeah, and half the time if you're doing like a V8, it's more because most high-end engines have 2 turbochargers, you know, double wastegates, double everything. But whatever. But you should be able to make 1500 horsepower. That's just get a 2K Barra. 2K Barra. It's the only way. It's the only way. Copping a bit of grief over your Renee Gracie episode last time of Bench Talk. Another demonetisation. Oh yeah. Bing! That's yellow right there. No money for you, Robbo. No cash here.
Here, there's no cash, all right?
When was that? I don't know, 10 minutes after upload? This is unsuitable for monetisation. That's what I call a bushwalk. Ball tyres more than likely, but can't be sure. In any case, I wouldn't mind giving her an LS rev limit. Ding! There goes another demonetisation, is it? I think if you just mention the word demonetisation, we probably get demonetised. I think as soon as you mention demonetisation, it's just the hands around the neck of the views just get hammered. Now, truth be told, Joe, the only reason we actually make Bench Talk is to sell merch. Well, apparently it's a t-shirt business disguised as drag racing videos, isn't it? Is that what something like that? Yeah. But we have been selling a ton of these beanies. Is that one for the RX-8 owner? Or? RX-8 owners might like these. They're actually sold out. But I quite like the blue. What do you think, Jordan? No, but we've been selling heaps of merch. Thanks, guys, for the support. Appreciate it. We've got long sleeves, all sorts of... plenty of Barra gear if you're into Barras. You've got another Barra sticker on the way, haven't you? Another Barra sticker is on the way, and then I'm doing other things. Too many Barras. Too many Barras. You got the LS merch. What would you guys like to see us put on a t-shirt? I'm thinking JDM. JDM stuff. We need some JDM stuff, stickers, maybe some t-shirts. RX-8 hoodies. RX-8 hoodies for sure. What tagline can we have on that? You know, in these tough times, it's the perfect car to have in COVID. Because that? It won't leave the driveway. Every episode I talk about RX-8s, my inbox is flooded with potential cars for sale. And I got sent 2 LS ones, LS converted ones the other day. It kind of defeats the purpose of buying an RX-8. Yeah, RX-8 needs a rudder in it, surely. 20B, it's worth about 60 times the value of the car. You just need to find an economical engine though, or an affordable engine. Affordable engine. Do you want to see you've got some of these tiny fullBOOST stickers? These are about 10 centimetres, and I think, from memory, it was selling 2 for 350. 2 for 350. And we've also got the normal original ones. The original ones. But these are perfect for big enough. I think they're small enough, sorry, to fit on the spoke of your wheel. I don't know if they'll stay white though. It may not work. No, on our last episode of Bench Talk, a few people mentioned we didn't mention Joel Gran. Is that how you pronounce it? Granis? Something like that. And we should have. We should have. We actually have a look at it. It was in our list, I just didn't get to it. He did something that a lot of people have been chasing for a long time, but he remarkably ran a 6-second pass in his Supra with a H-pattern gearbox. Stick shift. Stick shift. And IRS, yeah? IRS. That works. So he's just got billet 3.2. He's got, I think, an 88 Pro mod. And he runs these like Liberty face-plated T56. He sells them. Well, yeah, he's because of his development in this T56, trying to get a car to get down the quarter. Because at some point he had to give up on a Supra 6-speed. He's never going to handle that kind of horsepower. Makes like 2,000 horsepower. Pretty incredible.
Bit of stick shift.
He ran a 6.2 and it wasn't even a full pass.
6.2?
He ran a 6-second pass, I mean, and it wasn't even a full pass. 690 at 194, I think from memory. And you watch this 1320 video, they've got a cool video they put out. Look at the in-car, 75 pounds of boost, 10,000 RPM as it crosses the line.